You know, I always say everybody want a miracle, but they don't want the season that come with the miracle. And in life, it's not about what we get, it's who we become. They say women lie, men lie, numbers don't. Just want to see the world a better place while I'm here. And even when I leave.
Who is with Vinny Fiorenza? There's a lot he doesn't know. There's a lot he wants to know. This is a podcast where he tries to learn from people who know things he doesn't. He'll be focusing on people from the worlds of business, entertainment, and the arts. His guests are people he finds fascinating and that he believes will bring value to others. Join him on the journey on finding out who is.
We're here with Eric Bigger. Let's get into this, bro. I appreciate you coming out here. How you feeling?
I'm phenomenal, man.
Good.
Thank you for having me.
Where you from?
Be more careful. Baltimore. Baltimore, Maryland. If you know The Wire, you've seen The Wire.
Yeah.
I'm from those parts.
No doubt,
West
man,
Baltimore.
Yeah. What's that mean to you growing up over there?
You're tough, thick-skinned. Yeah. You know, a lot of different challenges and adversity. Figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, who you gonna be? You either gonna sell dope or you gonna play sports, or you just gonna stand out and be your own man or your own person and figure it out.
How did you take that growing up? Like, what path did you take?
Well, I think for me, you know, basketball was always my passion,
Dope.
right? You know, and so that gave me life. That gave me something to look forward to. And it kept me focused and kept me busy.
Good.
A lot of times you dabble between sports and the streets because, you know, if you want to be a big time guy in, you know, Baltimore, you even sell dope or you play sports.
Yeah.
Or you do a little bit of both. So the influence in my life, at least from the men I had in my life, they were kingpins. They sold endless drugs. And so it was easy for me to kind of gravitate to that, but I didn't. I did the opposite because I knew I wanted something different and something better.
Sports kept you grounded. Are you more than basketball or you were just basketball?
Yeah, I played basketball, played football, played a little bit of baseball, but basketball is my passion.
Nice. What position?
Guard nice, forward.
Bro.
And then as I got older, I played like point guard in like college and high school.
That's crazy. Now, next to me, you're like two of me in height. So if I'm to me, you can be at any position.
So, you know, it allowed me to build a lot of internal principles, discipline, sacrifice, motivation, consistency.
And me getting to know you, I know that's a fact. When did you come out to LA?
2010.
Nice, man. You've been here a minute.
Yeah.
Why LA?
Intuition.
Yeah?
I just listened to my intuition. I graduated from college 2010, Hampton University, and I had a long talk with my dad, and he was like, you should go to L.A.
Nice, yeah,
okay,
you're still
Dad. Here. So I booked a one-way flight, had $1,000, and here I am, 13 years later.
Shit, man. Back when you were in school, what were you studying?
Entrepreneurship.
Nice, man.
Yeah, business.
Definitely figured that one out.
You know, I was never a kid or individual where I want to be a boss. I want to have my own company. I want to work for myself. It just always ended up that way. I just was curious about the word entrepreneurship and what is it really like and how do you move through it. And yeah.
I like to bring on a lot of entrepreneurs. From what you remember, what are some of the key takeaways from like that learning experience? Because that's not the practical side of it. That's more the theory side of it.
I would say just like the sacrifice, taking risks, taking chances. And creating something out of nothing, really.
Yeah.
You know, and having faith in those dreams or those things and seeing it unfold.
What has being in LA done for you so far?
Oh, it's given me a diverse perspective
on
life, on class, on people, entertainment, television, and things of those natures that you have a perception on, but you don't really understand until you're in it.
You mentioned entertainment, even class. Like, what would be some of the major differences between what you feel when you go back to Baltimore or versus here?
Well, Baltimore is the inner city. It's a little tough. It's a little challenging. I have a lot of clients, and I know people that are very wealthy. They make a lot of money. They live in big, you know, estates, mansions, if you will have. You know, you just see different levels of class, different levels of living and thinking. Yeah. And then, you know, see commercials. Like before I did shot a commercial or was in a commercial, I was like, oh, now I see like, oh, they're using a green screen. Before I wouldn't know that. Gotcha. Or like, oh, that's downtown LA where they shot that. So I'm just more aware and privy to like what really goes on. Especially
for someone like you, the accessibility to possibility.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like knowing that now, taking that $1,000 with you and figuring out like it's possible. Speaking of it being possible, you're wearing a shirt. It says it's miracle season.
Yeah. It's miracle season. It's my brand. You know, I always say everybody want a miracle, but they don't want the season that come with the miracle.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of enduring, tough, challenging seasons. There's some great seasons as well.
Of course.
But in order to get your miracle, what a miracle season represents and stands for is a metamorphosis, a transformation.
Gotcha.
You have to go through something to get something to be something. And in life, it's not about what we get, it's who we become.
I love that, man.
Right?
You're always philosophizing. I
You
need that.
It's the truth, right?
Yeah.
You think somebody about getting an Olympic gold medal or winning an NBA championship or, you know, graduating from that university or getting that promotion. It wasn't about you getting a thing. It's about what did you have to become to attract, to manifest, to, you know, get the thing that you yearned for. You had to become a different person.
Yeah.
So over the years being in Los Angeles, I had to become a different person to get different miracles to transpire in my life.
When did the miracle season start as a brand?
Well, 2017, I had the opportunity to go on national TV, ABC,
Yeah.
The Bachelorette. And the story goes, I was in CBS, Radford Studios, in a trailer with one of the producers of the show. It was coming to me, like I channeled it. It was like, it's miracle season, it's miracle season, but I don't know where it came from. It just divine, like put it in my heart, in my spirit. And when I was able to meet the Bachelorette for the first time, me and 3 other guys, I said it. I said, it's miracle season, what's meant to be will be. I'm looking forward to meeting you. And it felt like I hit a game-winning shot. And it really was a foreshadow of me going on the show, getting a miracle, you know, falling in love, traveling the world, and all my dreams came true, all the success, it started like happening.
So that was your season. You ended up with the girl.
I didn't end up with her, so I made it to final location.
Cool. Yeah.
It's 3 guys. I was the first guy to leave, but I was on TV for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
So in that season, I got my miracle. I didn't end up with her, but I transformed. I became more, right?
What more could you ask for from that experience?
I was able to travel the world post-show, you know, get brand deals, have my own podcast, go on to write several books, be a thought leader, and speak on miracles.
Who are some of the brands you've working with?
AT&T, Wells Fargo, Gatorade, Uber, Hoka, NASCAR, Crest. I done worked with some of the biggest brands, bro. Like literally, Bacardi.
Well, they got to work with you.
I want to talk about that. So
yeah, please.
When I first got on the scene, usually when you land a big brand deal, you're hype. You're like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Because like, oh wow, I'm working with Stella. I'm working with Budweiser, whoever the brand is, right? Like it looks good on your page, but then after a while, I look good on their page.
100%.
Because of who I am. And so I remember having an opportunity with Target and Hanes. It was a third party doing a deal, negotiating a deal. And I had to tell them.
On your behalf.
On my behalf.
Okay,
but they were trying to give me a different rate. And I wasn't going for it.
100%. I got you.
And I was telling them, I said, look, at the end of the day, when you take these assets, these photos, and you take my content, and you put them in these stores, or you put them on marketing, digital marketing, people don't see my followers. They see the entity, they see the energy, they see the vibration of me.
Yeah.
They see my face, my aura, my energy. So when people are going to buy a T-shirt because I have it on, it's not because the followers are next to my name in that ad. You're getting the energy
Your
of Eric
essence.
Bigger.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
So that's what you're paying me for. Like, I get it, the followers, the TV show, that's great, but I became.
It's funny you say that. I never thought about it like that, because that's exactly the case, bro. Like, ultimately, when people choose to hit buy online on a certain dress, a hat, or whatever it is, you know, it's the model wearing it plays a big part.
Yeah, you getting the energy 100%. Of me, what I work on every day, you know.
So speaking about things that you work on every day, you have your miracle coaching.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. What goes into that?
So miracle coaching is more like executive coaching. A lot of my clients are high-end CEOs. They have their own firm, they're the CEO, they're very successful. So what I help them understand is their EQ. Usually when people have a successful business or company, they're so good at becoming the identity of the business. So they sacrifice the identity of their personal self.
Got it.
So they don't know how to manage or understand who the person is, who is the business.
You know who you like? You see in Billions, the chick they all go to her. It's like basically exactly what you do, but like she's their person. They're like big time hedge fund people. Yeah. And like they go to her, she gets them in check.
And so basically I've learned like, you know, teaching my clients emotional intelligence, EQ, and also getting them to tap into their spiritual currency, spiritual intelligence. Because we all have a spirit, but we're not connected to it because of the material realm. And then a lot of us, all of us, I help them look at their shadow self. So do shadow work, right?
Tell me a little bit about that.
So shadow work is the part of yourself that's a shadow that you hide, you neglect, you avoid, you suppress.
Got it. Makes sense.
Because it's too uncomfortable to look at. Like, damn, this is me? I'm like this? Or I'm not like that? Like, yes, you are.
Wow, yeah.
So getting people to look at the uncomfortable sides of themselves, or the sides they don't like, to kind of get it out so it doesn't come up at the wrong time. So look at it, i.e., example, let's think of a big-time celebrity who gets caught in a scandal or something big, and it's like, oh, I would never do that. That's not me. No, that is you. Gotcha. That's a part of you that you suppressed for so long, and because you didn't give it light or wasn't intimate with that part, it failed you at the wrong time.
During that process, you have intention calls with people. What goes into something like that?
Well, with an intention call, I'm just trying to figure out what is your intentions. Like, are we in alignment? Should I work with you? Do you fit my soul in the way that I can help you? Because a lot of times, I always say, all money is not good money, and all opportunities don't lead to new possibilities. And the possibility doesn't mean more outcomes for you, but more outcomes for the client or the person. So I would like to see what people's intentions are. So I like to get people on a call to see what their intentions are for themselves, for their life, for their career. We do 15, 30 minutes and we talk about it. And if it makes sense, we move forward. If not, at least I know.
You have any like success stories in there that like you feel really good about specific, not a specific person, but just a story?
Yeah, I think people just get real vulnerable with me and feel safe. Yeah. You know, they tell me everything.
You have that aura.
They tell me everything. Like they tell me their deep fears. I mean, to be honest, I'm very spiritual. So I remember one time having a call and someone's deceased, like, you know, parent came through. Like, it was intense. Shit. Yeah. So it's like, it's a level of intensity in a different realm, but I just get people to know their real self and not the self they think they should create to make everybody happy, because I did that, right? So I can't give you something I haven't done. Yeah, you know, I'm not going to coach you and teach you and tell you or advise you on something I don't know of. I haven't experienced myself.
You're definitely super interesting to me because you have a lot of layers. You also practice numerology.
Yeah. Numbers, baby.
I didn't really know exactly what that was. I looked a little bit deeper once I met you, but like, tell us a little bit about that for people who don't know.
Well, they say women lie, men lie, numbers don't.
Okay.
Right? So if you look at the day you were born, the month you were born, and the year you were born, you have a life path number. So for instance, for me, my birthday is 3/9/1988, right? So if I do 3 and 9, you know, 12. That's 12. And then, you know, I add up, you know, 1988 equals 26. If you do 26 plus 12, that's 38. So 38 equals 11, if you break it down.
Okay.
Because in numerology, you really can't go above a 9, but you have master 11, 22, and 30. So I'm a master number 11. So they call me, people in my, like Kyrie's 11, Michael Jordan, Kanye, Kobe was 11. They call us the wounded healers. So we get illuminated with energy and insight and inspiration. So our highs are very high and our lows can be very low. So I usually like to say an old soul, been here before, and I'm just here to help human consciousness and humanity evolve and become their greatest self with love and authenticity.
Well, let's try me.
Yeah, what's your numbers?
1, 11, 95.
Okay, so 1 and, we got the same attitude number. So 11 plus 1, that'll be 3, because you do.
Okay, yeah.
Because if you did 1 and 11, it's 12.
Gotcha. Oh, shit.
You see what I'm saying? So 1 and 2 is 3.
Gotcha.
And you said 1995?
Yeah.
So 1 and 9 is 10, 10 and 9 is 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So now we have 6. 6 and 3 is 9. You're humanitarian. You're a philanthropist. You sacrifice time, money, and energy for the greater good. There's a quote by Drake that said, if I got it, then I got it then. Just give me some acknowledgement. So 9s, you literally have every number within their aura type, right? To who they are, because 9 is completion. That's what it represents.
Okay.
So you're here, and 9s is a very like, it's not that it's an intense number, but they're very strong, but they're here to help the world. They're givers.
Okay.
They're servers, right? So the question I always ask 9 is like, okay, you're great at giving, you're great at helping people, but who helps the helper, right? How do you receive? So my expression number is a 9. So that's why I can relate. I express myself like a humanitarian.
Gotcha.
I know how we givers.
Oh, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're givers. So yeah, you got the 9 energy with an attitude 3. The attitude 3, which you and I are, we both have the same attitude, is more like the socialite, charisma, entertainer, like good at speaking, good at writing, talking. That's why you have a podcast. And your birthday is 11, which is 11. It's still 11, like master number. You have 11 there, which is still 2, same thing. You're charming. You're self-sacrificing, diplomatic. So this makes sense why you got a podcast.
Positive,
Then we have negatives. We can be too self-sacrificing.
I got you.
We can compromise too much.
Yeah, the opposite. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you for taking the time.
Yeah.
You wrote a little book about that too. Your numbers could change your life.
So the numbers you can change your life. That's a course. It's a course I created.
I misunderstood.
No, it's cool. It's a course I created, and basically I'm teaching you how to get your numbers. I'm just in a course. I'm showing you on the whiteboard. This is how you get this number. This number. So I'm breaking it down so you can understand it from you, so you can learn, right? And it was a creative project. I was like, let me see, and there we go.
This is interesting. This is the first ever diving into it a little. I'm sure you intro that to a lot of people for the most part. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, it's just I am who I am, man.
Yeah,
like I'm layered, and I realize I have a lot of different personas. And I think for a long time in my life, people try to get me to be one thing or fit in the box.
Yeah.
You can't put me in a box. I'm everywhere. You can put me with the wealthy. You can put me with the poor.
It's always miracle season.
It's miracle season, baby. Everywhere we go, baby. Good days, bad days, we still going to find a miracle.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. I'm with it across the board. What does spirituality mean to you? I know it's a big part of your life. We've spoken about it.
Spirituality is a safe haven. It's peace. It's joy. It's discernment. It's wisdom. It's understanding. There's a quote in the Bible, Proverbs 4:7. And all you're getting, get understanding. So in anything I'm getting, I'm trying to understand it. Like, okay, I'm here on this podcast with Vinny. Why?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What's my purpose? What's my intentions, right?
Yeah.
But I know for sure it's a bigger purpose and reason than you and I probably won't know right now, but eventually we will, trust me. So it's all about just connecting to spirit, your higher self. My intentions every day, how can I be the best me alive? How can I add value to the world? How can I think the best and highest thoughts, and what do I need to be, and how should I show up? I'm here to serve and do my job, and I only want to do what I'm supposed to do.
100 Days of Wisdom, the course and book. Yeah, I just want to dive into all it is that you do and provide.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
So 100 Days of Wisdom is a book I wrote years ago, and then I turned into a self-published book, and then I turned into a course. So it's just 100 quotes to live a more inspired life. I always try to tell people, you got to be aware of the energy you're in when you're creating something. Mm-hmm. So when I wrote that book is really a survival guide or how I got through LA in my tough times. So 2015, I think I wrote it, or 16. So when Instagram was 15 seconds, I did Motivation Monday, Wisdom Wednesday, and What's Positive Friday. So out of all those videos, I was just talking. I took the words, made them captions, and turned them into quotes. And that's how
so they're from you.
They're from me.
Yeah. Because I was like, maybe they're from history or something.
No, these are for me. These are all my self-motivated quotes that kept me going, that gave me something to give to the world.
Is there an initial one that triggered that? Meaning one that you reference, this was the first one.
You know what? Because they were so random. I did probably go with 300 videos, and I don't know, but I think the first quote in the book is, I can't really remember, but it's about, in order to get far or go somewhere, you got to jump in, you got to take a chance, you got to believe, right? So I always tell people, when you open a book, open it up to a page. And so in the course, I'm actually reading each quote, breaking down my interpretation of the quote, and giving people context.
You probably dive into things like that in your podcast, bigger talks.
Bigger talks, baby.
Yeah,
let's
talk
get
about
it.
Yeah,
so
tell us all about the show.
I started the podcast in 2018 with Podcast One.
Yeah,
did 21 episodes.
Yeah.
I did a TV show that summer, and that's when entrepreneurship stuff comes in. I got back, and they dropped me. I'm like, damn, you dropped me? Like, there was no quotas, there was no conversation.
Oh my god.
So I didn't understand it. Whatever. Then I was like, you know what? I'm always find myself doing it by myself or for myself, right? So then over the pandemic, my intentions was to do a bunch of IG Live interviews. So I did like 28.
Oh, nice, bro.
Turned those IG Lives into audio, to YouTubes, put it on a podcast. And then, I don't know, for some reason, my podcast got put in like the top 1% of popularity podcasts. And I just started getting all these hits. But I was only doing it for fun because I want to talk to people. So I got, gut health coaches on there, fitness trainers, doctors, entertainment people. I think my last one was an astrologer named Nicole Krasnoff. And she actually did my chart, my natal chart. And then one I just did was an Indian girl who's a mental health entrepreneur named Johnny, I think is her name. And we just have a real conversation. In that podcast, we talked about like ancestors, past life, mental health, depression. So it's a bigger talk. We're not having like surface level conversations. We get into
into the weeds.
Yeah, let's talk about real stuff.
So, man, yeah, you do a lot for a lot of people. People, man. Who are some like names or people you've worked with in the media space so far that you bumped into and had the pleasure of working with?
I worked with Dwayne Wade.
Did you get to play with Wade at all?
No, I was actually his double in a commercial. So we spent some time together. Gabrielle Union on a Gatorade shoot. I can't say people I've probably worked with, but I've been around. I've seen Kevin Hart several times.
Dope.
Yeah, I mean, we live in LA, so it's like
you bounce around. So
you run into people all the time. But
I bumped into you.
Yeah, like it's everybody, somebody in this town.
So yeah, for sure. So long term, what's the long term thing for it's miracle season?
Spread more miracles in the universe to help more people heal, help more people evolve, and transcend, spirituality, positivity, holistic well-being, improve the mental health of the collective consciousness, and normalize like real conversations, right? Yeah. One of my biggest dreams and goals is to be a world leader. I want to be all over the world, speaking positivity, speaking truth. Authenticity, and helping people just heal with the information they have inside of them. I'm not doing anything but helping you unpack what you already have. You just don't know. You giving yourself access to the powers to be within your soul and consciousness. So just want to see the world a better place while I'm here. And then we're going to leave. I'm
going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to do my rapid fire section.
I love rapid fire. I do it on my podcast. I love it.
Bro. Yeah, just something to close it out with. Do you personally have a favorite music genre?
Only thing that's coming to my spirit is soul.
Nice, bro. Yeah.
Soul music,
Sports team.
Man, why did the Lakers show? But shouts out to the Ravens. Go Baltimore.
Yeah, I was going to say, bro.
Lamar Jackson. Let's go. Black and purple, baby.
What's your zodiac?
I'm Pisces.
Oh, cool.
I'm a fish. I like the fish.
Oh, I wrote this here, but we already figured I asked what's your number.
Yeah, I'm 11. 11. Life path 11.
Someone from history you'd love to have dinner with?
Malcolm X.
Okay.
Tony Robbins is a big inspiration of mine, and Gandhi.
If you could add a fourth, who would be your Mount Rushmore?
James Baldwin.
I appreciate that. I want to close it out with you letting the people know what's coming up next and how people could connect with you.
Well, I got a few things. Writing a new book. It's going to be about the Miracle Season method, how I take people through a process to get them to transform and become more, right? Okay. To get that miracle in their season. Bigger talks, I'll still be doing podcasts. Also, I got high ticket coaching, one-on-one coaching, miracle coaching, 3 months program, 6-month program. So you go to my link and my Instagram at Eric
we'll share
Bigger.
All that stuff too.
And sign up. I got books, 100 Days of Wisdom. Also got a workbook. I just got about 100 of them shipped to a high school in Philadelphia.
Nice,
so the workbook is transformation, change your mindset, change your energy, change your life. And so it's a 4-week process to reclaim your power. But it's a workbook. So I'm having you do things that's focusing on your if you have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. What do you love about yourself? I'm having you take cold showers, writing with your least dominant hand, doing meditation.
Is this gender focused or it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter. So I wrote it over the pandemic. It was my first book, 2020. And the intentions was to help people in a pandemic get back to their true self and work on their emotions and understand who am I if I don't have the job, if I don't have the career, and really focusing on changing their mindset to change their energy.
We'll share all your links. Really grateful you coming out here, man.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Reconnect soon, man.
It's miracle season, people. Shouts out to Vinny, my guy.
Appreciate you.